got word about an hour and a half ago that this is your last day. What's the scoop?
Hunger strike day number 17. Yeah, we're calling it a success. We did not get our maximal goals, but we're very satisfied. I've been saying we shot for the stars and we hit the moon. Remember, initially I was asking for 2 hours of Mr. McCain's time to meet Mr. Gage and Mr. Jones and have a debate, a meeting, a conversation about the facts, and then of course national media coverage for this event. Well, that was a long shot to be sure, but what I have been able to secure is from the director of the Arizona operations of Mr. McCain, his director, the highest person in his office. I've secured the fact that our literature and our concerns have been brought to Washington and to Mr. McCain directly and his people. This was as a result of a meeting we had last Friday. Now, today's Wednesday, but on Monday, 2 days ago, the director came out and handed me a letter and said that Mr. McCain has received the information, which was a DVD by Richard Gage and David Ray Griffin's latest book, 911 Contradictions, an open letter to Congress and the press. So Mr. McCain has the material. We know he has 911 truth material in his hands. His people have it. So what they do with it now is beyond our control. We thought this is a reasonable time to end the fast. As far as Mr. McCain is concerned, I'm out here because I have been waiting since Friday, or you could even say since Monday. So I'm hoping that his humanity, he would want to put this request at the top of his pile because, well, I'm going hungry. So we thought, well, it's a good time then, since we have the assurance and the confirmation that our material is in Mr. McCain's hands. The ball is in his court, so to speak, to come clean. And I'm waiting to hear now, is Mr. McCain been lied to? Has he been deceived by these scientists? And then after seeing the evidence we've given him, he will know the choice that's before him. Or if he responds to the negative, we can only assume that now that he knows what the evidence says, that he's lying to us. He too is deceiving the American people in this cover-up and this whitewash known as the 9/11 Commission report and the subsequent popular mechanics defense of it. So we feel as though, as I said, we've shot for the stars, but we hit the moon, and I think we can safely say, when this election campaign is all said and done, that we can judge Mr. McCain's response to us in light of the fact that he does have information on 911 truth.
Great. I saw online you get introduced to the Arizona State Legislature by Senator Karen Johnson. That was excellent.
That was very gratifying. If it weren't for Karen Johnson throwing her support behind this effort, I don't know that we would have gotten as far as we did. It's highly unlikely we would have. So yes, that was very gratifying to see that the Arizona State Legislature, the Senate, has 911 truth material too. So our question is, as citizens, then, what are our leaders doing with this information? They are accountable for this information. And I think as citizens we have to understand, Americans were murdered on that day, as well as others. I've tipped my Harvey's hat an awful lot during this protest. There were 24 Canadians killed on September the 11th too. So this was a crime against humanity. Whoever is behind it, we've got to get to the bottom of it. And I don't think it's wrong to press for answers, to press for the truth. And I was willing to get very hungry for 9/11 truth. And I believe that there are so many other people who are also hungry for 9/11 truth. So all I can say, people, is ask questions, demand answers, appeal to your leaders in your state to come clean. What side of this issue are they on? And let's find out just how responsive our leaders are to us.
I thought it was quite ironic that Karen Johnson, Senator Johnson, provided a copy of Improbable Collapse, the movie we sat here and watched on Sunday. Provided a copy to everybody in the legislature. That was excellent.
It's hard to refute that. Once you listen to that, you have to ask the next question. What the heck is going on here? How did this happen? It's one thing to see it and to see what happened. It's another thing to find out, how did this happen? We'll get to the whys and the wherefores later. But how did this happen? Who put this together? It seems highly unlikely that Al-Qaeda, Taliban-style terrorists in caves could do a engineering feat that we've seen on those towers. That's just ridiculous to expect us to believe that.
Well, Professor Gadsby, congratulations on your success.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Mango Tango, fully
No
oxygenated.
Lusa?
Mango Tango. All right.
I got the big bottles too, but I thought this would be more appropriate.
Okay.
The hunger strike comes to an end on day 17.
Hungry for truth. Ah, this is going to be good. Okay, well, it's day 17, as you see. I've been saying all day we shot for the stars, but we hit the moon. And sometimes you just have to be happy with what you're able to accomplish. At this moment now, we're calling off the hunger strike. It's day 17, and we're satisfied with the fact that we've got confirmation that Senator McCain and the people in Washington have received the 911 Truth or 9/11 Truth Movement information, specifically the DVD by Richard Gage and David Ray Griffin's latest book, 9/11 Contradictions, an open letter to Congress and the press. So that was, we got that assurance on Monday, so that was 2 days ago, that this information was in Mr. McCain's hands. So we thought, what a good time to call off the strike. It's been 3 days now, or the Monday, Tuesday, and now the end of Wednesday. It's been 3 days now. He knows I'm out here fasting. So tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'm going to go into the office. This will be Thursday morning. I'm going to deliver just a note with my mailing address and say that when Mr. McCain's response comes in from Washington, to go ahead and forward it to me at my home address, at which time it will be immediately posted on the Hungry for Truth website. But I think the group has decided, and I have agreed, that there's no real purpose in continuing with the strike, given that it's not going to make any difference what the response is if I continue striking, because that response is forthcoming right now. So I can happily say I'm about ready to break my fast. It's been a water-only fast. It's been water and a little electrolytes, but we're talking clear liquids the whole time for this last 17 days, so I'm really excited about this, and it happens to be mango, my favorite. So here's to you guys, really. Thank you for all your support for this cause and for this effort. I really appreciate you rallying behind me, those of you in the Phoenix 9/11 Truth Movement, to those of you in the International 9/11 Truth Movement, for those of you in the International 9/11 Truth Movement, and for those of you from the Ron Paul Revolution who stood behind us. I appreciate support from all quarters. Here's to you guys. Hungry for Truth 2008 out in front of McCain's office is officially over.
Live to fight another day.
That was good.
Isn't that better than water?
Oh yeah. It's got some substance to it.
Yeah, the thickness.
Excuse me. Wow, that's good. Thank you, everyone.
I've never seen that much of your body.
Might be the last time.
You have a tattoo now.
Turn around. Feel like a doctor. Turn around. Left, right, left.
Don't get him dizzy.